In this video, we're going to show you how to create this construction. This rather neat box. Okay, it's a rectangular solid. Now, if you look at it from the bottom, it's a square, simply right inside of a square, and it's been pulled up into a rectangular solid. Okay, and we want to be able to determine its area and its volume. Okay, and show you how to construct it. And we're going to have to go back and recall a few things from our sketchpad or from our basic geometry with squares. So we're going to divert to that for a moment too. Now, one thing I want to show you is why I have this up. I want to show you what the dimensions on this box are. If I look at it this way, I get 4 feet. Okay, look at it this way, I get 4 feet as well. The inside box measures 2 feet, and the height measures 3 feet. Okay, so the rectangle here. Okay, and we'll also show you this value here. Okay, 1.56. 1 foot 5 and 5/16. We're not actually even going to be concerned about that in terms of inches, but we'll show you how to deal with that. Okay, so so basically what we're doing is we're building a square inside of a square, and we're taking out the middle. Okay, so now let's show you how we proceed with this. Okay, so I really have to go back and show you a little bit of geometry. Okay, here we have 2 squares. Okay, the thing to recall about the 2 squares is, okay, we have a square which is 4 feet on a side. Okay, so the square 4 feet on the side, we know from the 45, 90 that the diagonal would be 4 to the root of 2. Okay, 4 to the root of 2. Half the diagonal would be 2 to the root of 2. Okay, that you should remember without much difficulty. Okay, here we have a square which is 2 feet on a side. Okay, it being 2 feet on the side, the diagonal, because of the 45, 90 relationship, is 2 root 2. Half of that is root 2. Okay, and then I just, for our purposes, we're going to need to put these in decimal values. Okay, 2 root 2 is 2.828, and root 2 is half that, 1.414. I'll show you why we need that now that we're going to return to, okay, the SketchUp. So here we're going to choose to use a drawing tool, polygon, and since I have been using these squares, it diverts to a square. Okay, it's by default. Okay. And if you remember, if it weren't, and it were something like a hexagon, you could just hit 6 and then enter, and then it turns into a hexagon. But of course, I want 4, enter, so I want that as a square. Now, what happens when you draw the square? Now, you saw that the dimensions were 4 feet on a side. When I draw this, okay, what it's drawing is the radius of that square. The radius of the square. Remember, the radius is the radius of the circumscribed circle. So I need that diagonal measurement that we saw. If I wanted to pull this out so that it was 4 feet on a side, 4 feet on a side, I have to actually pull it out by the radius value, which was 2 root 2. 2 root 2, which, if you'll remember, was 2.828 feet. Okay, so when I enter that, then what that should give me, and I'll use my tape measure to see, is that should show me that my sides are, you can see that's 4 feet by 4 feet on a side. Okay, and so that would mean that thing has an area. Okay, right click, area of the selection is 16 square feet, right? Now it says, it doesn't say exactly 16 square feet because of because we didn't give maybe enough decimal place accuracy. That's close enough that we're going to be happy with that, okay? All right, now, what I want to do now is I want to build inside of that another square, okay? Let's go back and look back here, okay? The other square is going to be 2 feet on a side at the same center. That means its radius is going to be 1.414. 1.414, okay? And then basically we're going to take, okay, the large square, which has the area is of course 4 by 4, but 16 square feet squared, okay? And then the smaller one is going to be 2 feet on the side, so that's going to be 4 feet squared. So if we take the area of the little one out from the small one, that should be 16 feet minus 4 feet, so that should give us 12 feet squared inside there. So let's go back and let's take a look at that. Okay, remember 1.414 is the magic number we need there. We're going to go to our draw tools. We're going to pick up our polygon, which is by default now a square. I'm going to pull that out 1.414. So I'm going to key that in 1.414 feet. Okay, enter, and there it is. Okay, again, you want to check the dimensions on that. That should be 2 feet by 2 feet. Okay, and now it's simply what I'm going to do is I'm going to select that inner square and I'm going to choose to delete it. Okay, so that now I have my shape that we showed over here. We have the square minus the little square, the area of which should be, okay, 16 feet squared minus 4 feet squared, or 12 feet squared. So we'll take a look at that. We'll select that and we'll ask for the area of our selection, and it says yes, 12 feet squared. Again, the root 2 rounding off will produce a little error there. Perhaps we can find a way of getting around that a little later. Okay, now I want to pull this. Okay, now this is going to be created into a box which is going to be 3 feet high. So again, just by principle of the geometry, the prism area, base area is as we see here. Again, 12 feet squared. I'm going to pull that up 3 feet, which should give me a total volume of 36 feet cubed. Okay, so so let's use our push-pull tool. Okay, maybe get a different perspective on this. Okay, let's use our push-pull tool with that area. Pull it up. We're going to pull it up 3 feet exactly. 3 feet. Enter. Okay. Now we can see that we've got the shape that we wanted. If you remember how to find the volume, we've got to triple click on this, select, triple click to make it a group. Okay, there it is. Right click to make a group, and now we can right click and we can find the entity information in which the volume is, for all intents and purposes, 36 cubic feet. 36 cubic feet. So there you made yourself a kind of interesting geometric solid, a square-based prism with a square-based prism removed from the inside of it. Okay, and again, the area that we wanted to, okay, we can just no, we can't. In order for me to paint the base area, I have to ungroup that. Okay, so we'll have to worry about that the next time around. Okay, but there is our solid for this sketch. Okay, so hopefully you can construct the same.